Hi, my name is Prashant Rehan, and I'm looking forward to introducing you to Amazon Connect Tasks, new task management and automation capabilities in Amazon Connect to increase customer satisfaction, improve agent productivity, and lower costs. I'm excited to have Erin Hall joining me today to showcase how you can enable tasks for your contact center to improve work distribution and automate repetitive work. We'll begin with a quick introduction to Amazon Connect. Then we'll discuss the challenges that managers confront when trying to manage work in the contact center, how this impacts agent productivity, and consequentially your end customers. We'll see how Amazon Connect Tasks helps address these challenges by empowering contact center managers to prioritize, assign, and track work across the disparate applications used in contact centers so that agents are working on the highest priority task of any type. We will also see how Amazon Connect Tasks improves agent productivity by automating repetitive tasks and how it increases customer satisfaction by ensuring that agents follow up with customers as promised. We'll then give you a brief demo of how Amazon Connect Tasks can be set up and integrated within your contact center. For those who are not as familiar, we launched Amazon Connect, the easy-to-use omnichannel cloud contact center, in 2017. Amazon Connect is built from the ground up to be 100% cloud-based and can be set up in minutes without the need for any coding. Amazon Connect has the flexibility to scale up and down in a moment's notice, depending on the demand from your customers. Amazon Connect Flows allows you to easily create compelling customer experiences and enable you to build automated experiences as well. Amazon Connect also seamlessly integrates with other enterprise applications to address specialized use cases for your business. AWS services and partners can be used to quickly innovate on new customer experiences. There are over 170 AWS services live today, and our partners have already developed over 185 integrations with Amazon Connect. Finally, a core tenet to AWS is our consumption-based pricing model, which allows your business to focus on inventing and innovating for your customers without worrying about costly and complex licensing models. With Amazon Connect, you only pay for what you use. We've been hard at work for the past 3.5 years, and we're not slowing down anytime soon. Recent launches include new dialects and languages, including Spanish for Amazon Lex AI chatbots, along with new lifelike voices supported by Amazon Polly, which uses machine learning to turn text into speech. Amazon Connect also recently announced interactive messages and Apple Business Chat support for Amazon Connect Chat, and APIs for instance, user hierarchy and contact flow management to programmatically configure and manage your contact center. Amazon Connect is available in 7 regions around the world, including US East, US West, London, Frankfurt, Tokyo, Sydney, and Singapore. And in addition to these new features, we're proud to have lowered prices for our customers 5 times since 2017. During reInvent 2020, we're excited to announce several new features that make it easier to deliver superior customer service with Amazon Connect while optimizing your agent's time. Amazon Connect Wisdom, for example, empowers agents with the right information at the right time so that they can more quickly and effectively resolve customer issues, instead of wasting time switching between applications to access the information they may need to help customers in that moment. This brings us to one of our newest features, Amazon Connect Tasks. We built this feature in response to a common request from AWS customers on how they can empower contact center managers to optimize their agents' time and ensure that agents are working on the highest priority task of any type and that they follow up with customers as promised. Nearly half of a contact center agent's time today is spent away from customers on tasks in external applications like CRMs, social media management tools, and business-specific solutions. For example, a contact center agent for an insurance company who is following up on a customer call about a new claim needs to collect customer documents over email, create a case ticket in a claims processing application or CRM application, schedule an appointment with an adjuster, and notify the customer of a status update on their claim. When customers contact the business, they have an expectation that their problems are solved quickly. They expect that the business or agents will follow up when they need more information or when they have an update on the reported issue, and ensure that the issue does indeed get resolved. But that's not always the case. Today, companies assign tasks to agents in a variety of ways, including verbal instructions, emails, and notes in external applications, making them difficult to follow, track, and measure. This work is spread across many disparate applications, and as agents move between the applications to complete the tasks, they struggle to understand which task is the highest priority. Agents often rely on handwritten notes or memory to keep track of these tasks and follow-up items. Some agents we spoke with rely on post-it notes stuck to their monitor to remember to follow up with team members helping investigate the customer issue or simply follow up with the customer. This not only reduces productivity, but also creates risk that customer impacting issues are missed entirely. If an agent forgets to follow up on a customer issue, customer satisfaction is negatively impacted. Even if the issue is eventually resolved, the harm is done due to delayed resolution time and eventually, thus, the customer trust is lost. Since the time agents spend on all these tasks is not tracked in a single place, if at all, contact center managers lack the visibility and tools to effectively manage their agents' time. Because of this, contact center managers are unable to identify and then automate common repetitive actions in these external applications that could have been completed without involving an agent, such as sending an email or SMS notification to an insurance customer to keep them up to date on each step of the claim review process. This means that mundane repetitive tasks end up consuming their agent's time, which could instead be used or spent focused interacting with customers. The outcome is a poor customer experience and reduced agent productivity. To address these issues with managing work in the contact center, we're introducing Amazon Connect Tasks, which enables contact center managers to improve agent productivity, automate repetitive work, and lower cost. Amazon Connect Tasks is a new set of capabilities that includes intelligent routing and reporting to prioritize, assign, and track customer service tasks across the disparate applications used by agents, so that they're working on the highest priority task of any type. This includes tasks like following up on a case in a customer relationship management application such as Salesforce, or processing a claim in a business-specific application. Amazon Connect Tasks also includes easy-to-set-up built-in connectors with CRM applications and an open SDK that allows you to integrate with virtually any of your applications. Amazon Connect Tasks provides a unified agent experience for agents to be routed tasks across all their disparate applications and even create follow-up tasks for their interactions. Amazon Connect Tasks includes a powerful workflow engine with a drag-and-drop designer to automate repetitive tasks that don't require agent interaction. Let's walk through each of these benefits in more detail. With Amazon Connect Tasks, managers can prioritize and assign tasks to the right agent at the right time, enabling you to improve work distribution and work balancing in the contact center. Intelligent routing within Amazon Connect enables you to prioritize and assign tasks based on agent skill set, availability, and task-related information such as priority, type, origination, channel, etc. You can also dynamically reprioritize and reroute tasks based on this information within the task, the time in queue, and channel type to ensure that customer service tasks are completed on time. Amazon Connect Tasks includes real-time and historical metrics that enable you to track tasks to completion just like you would calls and chats, and make data-driven decisions to increase agent productivity and reduce customer wait times. You can track detailed information for tasks such as arrival time, average handle time, and adherence to service levels. Historical metrics in Amazon Connect also provide longer-term insights to identify common trends with customer issues and avoid overall operational performance. You can stream these metrics to the data lake of your choice as well. With Amazon Connect, you can build your custom reporting and flows once and reuse across voice, chat, and all the other customer service tasks. You also now have a single set of tools across voice, chat, and all the other customer service tasks to configure and manage your contact center's routing, queuing, and user management and security. Amazon Connect Tasks includes built-in connectors with CRM applications such as Salesforce and Zendesk, and more to follow. With just a few steps, you can easily integrate with these external applications and create tasks that can either be routed to your agents or automated for completion. With these connectors, you can easily configure rules with a predefined set of conditions to create tasks based on events in these applications, and with no coding required. For example, you can configure a rule to automatically create a task based on a new ticket event in Zendesk and conditions that look at ticket priority and type. For applications without built-in connectors, the Task API is available through the AWS SDK to programmatically create tasks and trigger flows from any external application and then route them to agents. For example, a task from your homegrown case management tool or claims processing application. With Amazon Connect tasks, agents have a single place to know exactly what task to work on and when, regardless of the application required to complete it. This ensures that agents are focused on the highest priority task or work of any type. Agents can be assigned multiple tasks at a time. When an agent is assigned a task, they see a notification with the description of the task and links to any applications that they might need to complete it. Agents can then complete the task in the external application and mark the task as complete, or transfer the task to another agent to be worked on. Agents can also create tasks on their own to ensure that they follow up on customer issues when promised, such as calling a customer back to provide a status update on their issue. These tasks can be assigned to other agents or shared queues for distribution to the next available agent. The task can also be used to trigger automated workflows, for example, a workflow to notify customers via SMS. You can either customize the agent experience and embed it within your existing applications by using Amazon Connect Streams APIs, or choose the out-of-the-box agent experience. Many contact centers also want to deliver faster and more reliable customer service by automating repetitive actions in external applications so that they can be completing without involving an agent. However, this requires that they spend months building complex integrations that need ongoing maintenance to track status and take actions across these multiple applications. With Amazon Connect tasks, you can easily use flows, Amazon Connect's powerful workflow engine, to design, which is the same tool you use to design interactive experiences for voice and chat, to automate any type of contact center task and associated action that don't require agent involvement and may require disparate applications to be completed. You can also integrate with virtually any external application using AWS Lambda in Amazon Connect Flows. You can create automated experiences and workflows by accessing virtually any backend system and easily make changes in the external applications like CRM or an additional AWS service like Amazon Pinpoint. You can also design flows to change based on information retrieved by Amazon Connect from other AWS services like Amazon DynamoDB, Amazon Redshift, and Amazon Aurora, or any of the other third-party applications used by you in your contact center. For example, when a customer files an insurance claim via a web form, you can automatically create a new case in your CRM application, request customer documents through email via Amazon Pinpoint, and assign a task to an agent to prepare the claim to be processed by an adjuster. Furthermore, some tasks can be completed entirely via automation. Some agents we spoke with spend a considerable amount of time just copying customer issue-related information from an email into their CRM system before they could begin working on it. Tasks such as this can now be automated, eliminating them from the agent's workload and empowering them to spend more time interacting with customers. Finally, you can build workflows to orchestrate and complete discrete tasks across multiple applications required for your industry-specific business process, for example, for insurance claim management. You can also sequence together a combination of tasks using Connect flows and dynamically create tasks from your calls or chats. Amazon Connect Tasks works in conjunction with your existing applications or workflow tools. Now a little bit about how customers have been using Amazon Connect Tasks. Fujitsu is an information technology and services provider that responds to the modern digital world by driving new value from cutting-edge digital technologies from telecommunications to healthcare. Fujitsu will use Amazon Connect Tasks to prioritize, assign, and track emails and ticket tasks across their 5,300 contact center agents while improving their work distribution. Through connectors to external applications like Salesforce, Amazon Lex chatbots, and Amazon Pinpoint, Fujitsu is able to automate follow-up notifications for their customers. Based on their beta evaluation, Fujitsu projects a 30% improvement in agent productivity measured by agent time savings, and expect to continue to refine their customer experience even further with other recent Amazon Connect innovations. Joining me now is Aaron Hall to show how you can integrate tasks and enable tasks for your contact center.
Hi everyone, my name is Erin Hall and I'm a Senior Solutions Architect with Amazon Connect. Now that Prashant has talked to you guys about Amazon Connect tasks and the benefits that it can bring to your contact center, I have the joy of getting to show it to you in action. So let's dive in. For this demo, we are going to use a fictitious company called Any Company Orders. Any Company Orders is just a company that sells office goods such as paper, and one of our customers, Nikki, needs to log in to cancel one of her orders. So let's log in. So you can see here that she had a duplicate order. So she's going to start a chat to cancel the orders. Now, when Nikki starts the chat, she is greeted personally. And so I'm going to call out a few new Amazon Connect features here before I actually start talking about tasks. So to start, she's greeted personally because of Amazon Connect's new feature, Customer Profiles. Customer Profiles enable you to track data across your disparate sources to create one streamlined customer experience. And so in this case, since we know who the customer is based on her username and login information, we're able to greet her personally and get information from her customer profile that's actually connected to Salesforce to know what her first and last name is. And then when Nikki interacts with the chat, she's going to say she wants to cancel her order. And now we are actually interacting with an Amazon Lexbot, which is the same deep learning technology that powers Amazon Alexa. And once again, we are able to tap into Nikki's customer profile to pick up her most recent orders. And these items in the profile are actually connected to an ordering management system. And so we're able to use Salesforce and the ordering management system and tie them together into one profile so everything that we needed for the customer is in one place. And so now Nikki is able to just select an item from the list picker here, which is also a new feature with Amazon Connect. We recently launched the ability to use interactive messaging with Amazon Lex. Interactive messaging includes things like a list picker and a time picker. You can add images to it, and all of this information is in our launch blog and how you can implement it. And so I select the order I want to cancel. After I select the order, we see that there's a problem processing her request, and so we give Nikki the option of how she can be reached. And she wants to be reached via text message. And since we have her cell phone number in her customer profile, we don't need to ask for it. We can just tell her that we'll send her a text message when the order is complete. And so now you can see that a task has been created for the next available agent. Now that a task has been created, Nikki can go about her day, and we're able to delight our customer by not having them sit in queue and wait for the next available agent and then handle the request in the moment. This request can be handled asynchronously. We don't need Nikki to stay online. And so we're giving her the freedom to just trust us to complete the request and send her an update when it's done. Now let's take a look to see what happened behind the scenes here. So when Nikki started the chat, she interacted with the Lexbot, as you can see here. And once we cancel the order, we are able to invoke a function that created the case in Salesforce. And at this point, we just move forward until the case was created, and we'll follow up with you, and then we end the chat. So what's happening here is we're able to use Amazon Connect Tasks and its ability to route work from any application, which is including cases, tickets, or any back office work originating from a customer contact. We're able to route it to agents. And so whenever we create the case in Salesforce, we actually have a rule that reacts whenever a case is created and automatically creates a task for us. So we don't need to do it. All we do is create the Salesforce case, and the rest is taken care of for us. And I'll show you how that works in a second. But moving on from here, let's go see how the agent receives this task. This is the contact control panel. And this is built natively within Amazon Connect, and it's where your agents are able to handle contacts from your customers. You can see here that there are the ability to answer voice, chat, and tasks all in one place. This is just one example of how Amazon Connect empowers you to build once and enable everywhere. In this case, the building is just training. You train your agents how to use the Contact Control Panel, or CCP, and then they're able to use it across all 3 channels. They don't need to learn it multiple times. They can just learn once and they're ready to go. So now I'm going to take my agent state to available, and I will receive a task. When the task comes in, the agent can accept it. Then you can immediately see that this is connected to Salesforce based on the title here. And also, by default, there's a reference that links you directly to the case in Salesforce. Now your agent can quickly navigate to the case and get the information they need. But when a case is created in Salesforce and a task is connected to it, we also get all this other information by default. Things such as the account ID, the case number. We have a description here, which is something that you can customize. And so I customize the description to include the channel the customer wants to be reached out on and the original contact ID. From here, you can do a few other things as well. For example, you could add a reference link here that takes you to your order management system. Or you can include that link and the description or in the Salesforce case. The opportunities are up to you. Now, this is the data that is automatically added to the case that's created from Salesforce, but if you created a task from another means, such as an agent creating it on a custom CCP, or if you have it from maybe an order form that a user fills out, you can choose to add any contact attributes that you want to, and they will all appear right here, and you can include any references as well. The ability to link tasks to other systems, such as a third-party integration, or maybe it's a shared email inbox, decrease confusion while increasing your agent's efficiency. There's no longer this confusion around what should I work on? Is someone else already engaged on this item? And am I the right person for it? Instead, you can connect everything through Amazon Connect and rely on our system that you're already familiar with your voice or chat channel to use our routing profiles and our queues to prioritize and assign tasks. Now, as an agent works in this task, a number of metrics are being emitted, just like they are for chat and voice. So let's take a look to see what a manager can see on our real-time metrics page. This is the real-time metrics dashboard. And I'm looking at the queues section and the agent section. So you can see here on our task queue, we're able to see that there's one agent online, there's one on contact, and the number of chats that are available, or number of tasks that could be open from this point forward, which would be accumulation of the tasks per agent. Since I only have one agent online right now who can handle 10 tasks, we have 9 tasks available and 1 is active. And then if you look at my agent down here, you can see that I'm available for voice, chat, and tasks. Under the tasks section, there's a task total. And for this task, I have 1 active, and it's been connected for a few minutes, and this is the queue that it came in on. So these are some of the metrics that your agent or that your supervisor can look at from the real-time metrics page. Now let's get back to the agent and have them complete the task. So let's pretend that the agent has completed the work necessary to fulfill the order cancellation request. And now they want to update the customer on the fact that the order is done. We can see here that the customer wanted to be reached out via SMS. And so the agent can actually do so by simply creating a task in the native CCP and assigning it to a quick connect, which will then handle the logic of responding to the customer for them. And if the customer selected email, it would send an email instead of an SMS. Alternatively, if the customer wanted a call back, the agent could quickly go over to the phone channel, go to the number pad, and enter the number of the customer and call them to let them know of the update on their order. But for this case, we're going to create a task. So we come in here and we click Create Task. The agent can add a task name and a task description. At this point, the agent assigns to a queue and they click Create. So now all of the work for this request has been done, so I can click End Task. Now what happens when the customer creates a task is it goes into a queue. And in this queue, we invoke an AWS Lambda function, which allows us to run code without servers, and we send an SMS via Amazon Pinpoint, so that the customer has an update on their status. Let's take a look at it. So here the customer has received 2 text messages. The first one is telling the customer that an agent has received their request and that it should be completed soon. And the second one contains the same information that the agent entered when he created the new task. Both of these messages are sent using Amazon Pinpoint, and the first one was actually sent using an agent whisper flow, which is a contact flow that is invoked when an agent accepts the task. And the second one was created, as I mentioned earlier, with the new flow that was invoked when he created the task, where we had AWS Lambda calling an API to Amazon Pinpoint to send the text message update. What we also did in this new task flow is we actually updated the information in Salesforce as well. And so the agent does not need to go to Salesforce and close the case and send this information. We automatically did so using Amazon Lambda and invoking an API in Salesforce. So now that I've showed you the demo from end to end, let's go see how some of this works. Let's start with how to create a connector on the Amazon Connect console. In AWS console, you go to your instance and you click on the tasks item on the left-hand side. You can click add an application. You can choose between Salesforce or Zendesk. In this case, we used Salesforce. And then you want to make sure that you go into your Salesforce instance and enable a few items to be open to receive the connector. You click next, and then from this point, you want to create a new connection. You enter your Salesforce URL, name the connection, you log in, and then you're done. A connection has now been set up between Amazon Connect and Salesforce. Now, in order to automatically create tasks with this connection, you next need to create a rule that tells Amazon Connect under what scenario to actually create tasks based on new cases in Salesforce. So let's go look at that. Now, when you go into your Amazon Connect instance itself, you can navigate to the rules page. You can see here that we have a few rules set up. You can create rules for contact lens or for tasks. In this case, we created a task for Salesforce. Here we can see that when a new case is created in Salesforce for the connector that we just set up, we want to create a task when these conditions are met. And you can and or the connections here. And in my case, I'm just creating a task when a case is created that has a subject that contains the phrase order cancellation. You can add more conditions here so that you can do it based on account ID, the name, the priority, a custom attribute. All these things are configurable by you. So once you set up the condition, you can click next. And then you add a description. You can add any references. So maybe you want to add a link to the ordering management system I've referred to. And then you can select the contact flow that you want to assign the task to, which will then route the task to the agent so you can connect the right task to the right agent at the right time. So at this point, I've shown you how you create the contact flow, I've shown you how to create the connectors, and the final piece is to create a routing profile that enables your agents to receive tasks. So if you go to the routing profile page, you can create your routing profile, and in the routing profile, you just need to enable tasks in two places. First, you can do so here, which says you can have a maximum of 10 tasks, and this says that this routing profile can accept tasks, chats, and voice contacts. And then you can select your queue. And if you want to change priority based on queue and based on channel, you can do so. But in my case, I just check the task box here, I check it here, and then I click Save. And now I have a routing profile configured for my agents to receive tasks. With that, our demo is over. Thank you all for joining today, and I hope that you learned how Amazon Connect tasks can change your contact center and how your agents handle cases and items from disparate sources to help streamline their work and prioritize and assign tasks to the right agents. Have a great day.
Thank you, Erin, for showcasing how Amazon Connect tasks can be used to improve agent productivity, automate repetitive work, and increase customer satisfaction. Really appreciate it. If you haven't tried Amazon Connect yet, you can sign up for free today by logging into the AWS console, answer a few short questions, claim a phone number, and then be taking calls in minutes. Once signed in, You can easily get started with Amazon Connect tasks in just a few steps by setting up one of the built-in connectors and by enabling it in your agent's routing profile. You can learn more by visiting aws.amazon.com/connect/tasks. Finally, we have a number of great resources to help you deploy and optimize Amazon Connect, like our new training modules, or you can get help from one of our partners or an AWS IQ expert. We are also fortunate to have a great lineup of customers, including Barclays, Origin Energy, and Best Western, who have agreed to share their experience with Amazon Connect. We have also partners who are joining us, including Accenture and Salesforce, and I invite you to join any of the other reInvent 2020 sessions that you find relevant. We thank you for joining us today to learn more about Amazon Connect tasks. We really appreciate your feedback in completing this survey for this session as well. It's helpful in continually improving the quality of content we share with you during reInvent. Thank you.